Facebook is now getting personal when it comes to gender choices.
And the Regional Transportation Commission has recently proposed a project that may improve your commute and more.
The man accused of cutting off his ex-girlfriend's hand with a machete learns his fate. The verdict the jury reached, up next.
Don't touch that mouse. Studio G starts right now. Welcome to Studio G Thursday edition of the semester. I'm Shelly Salbito.
And I'm Nicole Reynolds.
The man who severed his ex-girlfriend's hand off with a machete was found guilty on all counts. A jury found Armando Vergara Martinez guilty of attempted murder, battery, and mayhem. Police say he hacked off Maria del Carmen Gomez's hand in 2012. Gomez died 6 months later from cancer. Martinez will be sentenced on May 1st.
Facebook has long been the website where people go to express their identities. A new social change to the media giant gives users several new options to represent themselves. Since Facebook's creation, male or female have been the only two options when identifying one's gender. However, when the early February update arrived, a new gender format and changes to pronouns have been added. UNLV sociology professor Suzanne Becker explains what the change has allowed for.
Facebook has been such a huge part of our online lives. We really, it's part of our online profiles are huge parts of our identity. And so what this change has really allowed for is, that really core component of our gender identity for people to have a way to express that.
While Facebook has taken big steps towards gender diversity, there is still room for some improvement. Senior Director of Programs and Partnerships at the Center serving the LGBTQ community, Mel Goodwin, explains their hopes for the change.
To have taken this step, it's going to set a huge precedent for other social media platforms to recognize gender diversity, and hopefully, along with gender diversity, recognizing that sexual orientation is not just binary, like we're attracted to men or women or both.
To change your gender on Facebook, simply go to your timeline, click Update Info, click Edit in the top right of the section you'd like to change, enter your new information, and click Save. Now on to national news with Kelby Weiler. Kelby?
Thanks, Nicole. Hi, I'm Kelby Weiler with your national news for this week. Target suffered a security breach affecting up to 110 million Americans who had shopped at the retail store during last year's holiday season. According to the House Committee, the Department of Justice notified Target of suspicious activity on December 12th. The hackers breached the system and stole customer names, addresses, and phone numbers, as well as credit and debit card information. Now the House Oversight Committee in Washington, D.C. has sent a letter to Target President Monday requesting all documents and communications from last fall related to the data breach. A California couple struck gold after finding $10 million worth of rare gold coins buried on their property in Northern California. They were walking their dog on the property in February of 2013, noticed something, and started digging up cans of gold coins, eventually discovering more than 1,400 coins. They do not know where the coins came from or who the coins belong to, but the couple is planning to sell much of the collection. Numismatist Don Kagan, who is assisting the anonymous couple, says approximately 90% of the coins will go up on Amazon.com's site. Federal health authorities on Tuesday reported a 43% drop in obesity rate for children 2 to 5. This is the first broad decline in the struggle against obesity, and there is little consensus on why the decline might be happening. Michelle Obama has led a push to change the eating and exercise habits of our younger generation, and 10,000 child care centers across the country have signed on. About 8% of 2 to 5-year-olds were obese in 2012, down from 14% in 2004. That's all I have for this week's national news. Let's send it back to the studio.
Thanks, Kelby. Have you ever thought of yourself, why does it take so long to get down Maryland Parkway? The congestion on the road causes traffic delays consistently. However, Regional Transportation Commission has recently proposed a project that may improve your commute and more. The Maryland Parkway corridor runs from McCarran Airport all the way downtown Las Vegas. Approximately 17,000 vehicles were per day near Russell Road and about 36,000 vehicles per day just north of Flamingo. Travel on the corridor with numbers this high, accidents and backups happen frequently, which cause delays. The RTC conducted a study to determine what kind of investments they could make to improve the transportation along the busy road.
Recommendation is to pursue both, taking a look at both light rail and what we call bus rapid transit, as well as investments in wider sidewalks, bike lanes, landscaping, lighting, those types of amenities that aren't just about the automobile, not just about vehicles, but about all modes of transportation.
RTC does not believe the current state of the corridor properly represents the quality of the university, as well as the rest of the facilities along the road. The RTC is currently looking into a design for the proposed improvements, as well as the funding that is required for the project. To find out more information on the Maryland Parkway project, as well as getting involved, you can visit RTC's website at rtcsnv.com. Coming up after the break, troops in Afghanistan could finally be on their way home. The president's plan of action ahead.
The benefits of stretching and the proper way to do it.
Those of you searching for a job this summer may find luck at a local water park. We'll have details up next.
Joining a student organization can enhance and redefine the UNLV college experience. UNLV has over 200 registered student organizations on campus and in the Las Vegas community, encompassing a variety of interests, activities, and beliefs among the student body. To explore, access, and join a student organization, visit the Involvement Center website under my.unlv.edu. Be a rebel. Get involved.
The revolution where you get your fix. What I do is I motivate individuals and I play local artist music and I get people connected to events on campus and in the community. Social revolution that's happening. We want to be able to be a catalyst for that and motivate people. This is Don Conquer, The Revolution, KUMV, HD2, 91.5 The Rebel.
Back from the break. Every troop currently stationed in Afghanistan could be pulled out by December, all in an effort to put political pressure on the country. It's not the plan the Pentagon and the Commander-in-Chief want, but President Obama says he may need to act to combat Afghan President Hamid Karzai. The Afghan leader refuses to sign a forces agreement to give 26,000 U.S. forces the usual waiver from prosecution. Despite the wishes of the American people, military forces stationed in Afghanistan say it's not time to come out. They believe if they are pulled out too soon, al-Qaeda could build up a bigger following.
A polio-like illness has struck at least 25 children in the state of California. All of them have been left paralyzed in at least one limb, and the paralysis seems to be permanent. After showing asthma-like symptoms, Sophia Jarvis's parents took her to the hospital, where she was briefly admitted. At her follow-up appointment, Sophia's mother learned that it was more than asthma that her daughter was suffering from.
That appointment, Sophia went to the treasure box to grab her toy after seeing the doctor, and I saw her left hand mid-grasp stop working.
An MRI revealed a lesion on Sophia's spinal cord.
That we've seen so far is not good. Most of the children we've seen have not recovered.
Though the illness is severe, doctors say it is very rare.
Is that this is a virus, but that's unproven. We know it's not poliovirus. There are other viruses that can do this.
There are no reported illnesses in Nevada. 20 more cases are suspected in California, but have yet to be verified. While this illness is polio-like, the polio vaccine does not protect against it.
Stretching can actually decrease your physical activity performance. Reporter Christina Davies has the details.
Stretching is an important aspect of participating in physical activity, but when is stretching most effective? Ted Gerard, the director of the athletic training program, says the best time to stretch is when your body is warm.
Think of you have your muscles like a rubber band. If I take a rubber band and I put it in some warm water, it's going to be, and we'll stretch it further, okay, and it's going to be more pliable. If I take that same rubber band and I put it in a freezer and I try and stretch it, it'll break.
According to experts, jogging 5 to 10 minutes is one of the best ways to get a full body stretch before you work out.
What we recommend is that you actually don't utilize static stretching prior to activity, exercise, sports performance, because it does have the potential to reduce different performance factors. It's better to utilize static stretching at the end of your exercise or activity as part of your cool down, especially if your goal is to maintain flexibility or to improve your flexibility.
Ted Gerard goes over 3 static stretches that address the most common tight muscles.
I'm going to have her sit down and she's going to basically just touch her toes. She's going to really try and pull herself down to the ground. Some people say, try and take your nose to your knee. The next stretch we're going to do is for her quadriceps. And for her quadriceps, we're going to have her lie on her side, and she's going to basically take the leg that's above, or the upper leg, and she's going to pull that leg back as far as she can. So her heel is going to be touching her butt, and then we're going to continue to pull her knee back. For the calves, what we're going to do is we're going to do kind of like a split stance, and she's going to put more pressure on the back leg and less pressure on the front leg, and she's going to really try hard to get her heel to touch the ground.
For Studio G, I'm Christina Davies.
Studies show when stretching, you should hold each position between 15 and 30 seconds. If you stretch more than you should, you may be at risk for tearing your muscles. Coming up after the break, we will take a look at new gadgets Sony is coming out with and more during our Science and Technology update. Stay with us.
In Greek fraternity and sorority life at UNLV can provide an experience like no other, with benefits including supportive friends, leadership and career opportunities, and community service.
Greek life at UNLV is really great because it's a good way to network and meet new people from all over the place.
We got academics and we're all about that culture. So we encompass everything all around, and we're out here and we're trying to better ourselves and try to make it better, and let's just make it all better all together.
Personal and professional development through competitive events, community involvement, and leadership development.
I joined DECA because I wanted to get out of my comfort zone. So I got to meet people, network, and definitely work on my public speaking.
To join DECA, it's a very simple process. You have to pay a $25 membership fee. You can either come to our next meeting, our website, which is unlvdeca.co.vu.
We're open to all majors who are interested in business, finance, or hospitality-related fields.
With this Thursday's Science and Technology news. Scientists have discovered the oldest piece of Earth ever found. According to the Journal of Nature Geoscience, this crystal zircon is 4.4 billion years old. This crystal is microscopic at about 400 micrometers long. The crystal is actually red, but it turns blue when filled with electrons used to study it. The crystal was first uncovered back in Perth, Australia in 2001. Scientists are studying the crystal to learn more about the planet. In the next month, Sony is expected to release a new device on the smartphone market. The smartphone is called the new Xperia Z2. It has a bigger battery and screen, more memory, and can record in 4K high definition. Sony is also going to be releasing a tablet version of the smartphone that is waterproof. That is expected to be released next month in Europe. For you Facebook users, chances are you don't really use their email feature or realize some messages are sent as emails. This little used service will be pulled as the company announced yesterday. Facebook says it plans to focus more on mobile messaging, which is in relation to their recent purchase of the mobile messaging service WhatsApp. If you use Facebook email, messages will be forwarded to your account's primary email address. Now, on the subject of social media, social science studies have proven that men and women communicate different in terms of women being more open on their emotions and men are more reserved. Well, a new study has shown that if you're a woman trying to dig deeper into your significant other's brain, it's a good idea to turn to his social pages. Studies at the Pew Research Center found that men may not have the same hesitation online, sharing thoughts and feelings as they would out loud person to person. Some psychologists say this may be because sharing in the digital world is a less threatening form of communication that creates an illusion of security. The Pew study also found 74% of couples say the online world has influenced their relationship in a good way. So there are pros to social media sharing that we may not be aware of. That's all the science and technology news I have for this Thursday. I'm Donald Woods.
Hey Don, so what benefit does Facebook have down the line for us?
As far as, well, they've recently acquired the WhatsApp, and I believe that's going to turn in the same direction as did, say, Instagram. It's still going to be its own service, but Facebook users are going to integrate that with their Facebook pages.
Oh, well, that's very interesting, and thank you for giving that science and technology segment, Don. With all of the dust in the air that it looks like we're going to have some cloudy weather this coming weekend, what's our weather looking like, Fabiola?
That's right, Shelly. We're having dust and wind, and at the same time, we're having rain. We're going to be talking about our national weather and our extended forecast in Studio G. We'll be right back, Fabiola and the weather. Stay tuned.
I want this place to be a place that they feel safe, and secure, a place where they get inspired. So many times we kind of get complacent in our everyday life, transforming lives in the community from the inside out. I've been in fitness my whole life, but now tying that in now in my spiritual walk, it's been just amazing. Some people may want to run a marathon. Some may want to just get off their asthma inhaler. Exercising and moving our bodies, I think it's, you know, we say if you don't use it, you lose it.
Back Las Vegas. So we're standing at 69. Earlier I was telling you we're having dust, winds, and rain, and this will bring more into later today. We're going to be expecting some heavy rain once the night comes in. But right now we're standing at 69, like I just said, and a low of 70. Right now Bishop is the only place that's really enjoying the sun. We're having rain in Seattle. Santa Barbara is very cloudy right now, and it's really crazy how later last week we had really sunny days, and now we're having rain coming in, and this is why we're expecting so much rain over here, because Seattle's coming in. If you see, the winds are pushing in towards, and we're also having some of disturbance right here on the east side. However, New York City and Washington, D.C. are having some sunny days. However, the cloud is coming in and standing at 26. Miami is standing at 78. And now for our extended weathercast, we're going to be having a rainy day on Friday at 63. Saturday and Sunday are going to be cloudy. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, same thing, but Wednesday is going to start becoming sunny, and Thursday will be, you know, just same back to a cloudy day. That's all the weather I have for you today. We'll be right back.
Place where you're going to hear these stories, the stories that count, that Combox Radio refuses to cover. My show is The King Louie Show, so, you know, no one really wants to hear about the last bombing that happened in Baghdad. So we do the stories that matter, like K-Rev having a seizure at mid-court, or fast-paced show with lots of fast-paced music, especially punk rock, and stories that hit hard. King Louie here, host of The King Louie Show on the Rebel HD2, and I am here every Friday noon to 2.
Your community's farmers market. Welcoming, lively, friendly. A place where neighbors and friends come together to celebrate their community. With over 50 vendors, organic, sustainable, fresh produce are available just for you. Support and buy local at Fresh 52.
Welcome back from the break today. I'm joined by Brandon. Thanks for being with us here today.
No problem, thank you.
Okay, so I know you are the PR and marketing dude for the Hit and Run 5K.
That's right, we're really excited.
All right, so tell me a little bit about the event.
Well, the Hit and Run 5K is really a new race. It's been we've started just early last year, and Las Vegas is actually stop number 4 on our tour of North America, and we're really expecting a great crowd on Saturday at Sam Boyd Stadium. It's a unique race, not your typical 5K race that you're used to. And that's good and bad, because if you're used to being a serious runner, this race is a little bit different. This is more of a fun race. It's not timed. There's no medals. There's no winners. It's really just all about having fun.
Okay, so I know I was watching the promo video, and it's, like you said, it's very different. So tell me what inspired this.
Well, a certain television show that I can't say was probably the biggest inspiration for this. And I think a lot of people watch that show and go, wow, I'd really like to be on that show, or I think I could do that, those big red balls. Well, this gives them a chance to do that in a setting that they can really come and have fun with friends and family and coworkers and teammates and really have some great, great fun.
Okay, so what would you say is the most challenging part about this obstacle course?
Parking. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I think probably there's 8 total obstacles, and I think probably the one that I would say is the, I've just lost the name, but it's the wall where all of the doors pop out and hit you off and make you fall down. The whack-a-wall. The whack-a-wall is probably the hardest, yeah.
Yeah, I've seen that. That's the one with the dodgeballs throwing it. So have you actually done this course
I have
yourself?
not yet. I have been too busy being the marketing and PR dude, but maybe I'll run with you tomorrow, or on Saturday.
On Saturday. So what can people expect when they show up on Saturday?
Just come prepared to have a lot of fun. We are expecting a large crowd, but we've got it programmed so that the race is in waves, so that you shouldn't have any problems. There is an age limit because of the course and the nature of some of the obstacles. It's not really safe for children under 10, so there's an age limit of 10 and above. So.
Okay, so how many waves are you expecting throughout the entire day?
It just really depends on how many people we end up getting. We're capping this race at 5,000 people, and we're already at about 4,000. So there'll be waves for a while. So.
Oh my gosh! So what are the hours right now?
9 o'clock is the first wave, and they start every 30 minutes after that.
Every 30 minutes after.
Yeah.
So can people still join if they're interested?
Yeah. They can go to hitandrun5k.com and register, and I think that we've still got a few tickets left, so yeah.
A few tickets left. Okay, so will Vegas be able to expect you next year?
I hope so, yeah. In fact, we were just talking, and I think that it'll be put definitely back on our calendar. We're based in Salt Lake City, and it's a very close, Vegas is our backyard, so we'd love to be back.
Sounds great. Well, thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
Stay tuned for more Studio G when we get back.
An organization can enhance and redefine the UNLV college experience. UNLV has over 200 registered student organizations on campus and in the Las Vegas community, encompassing a variety of interests, activities, and beliefs among the student body. To explore, access, and join a student organization, visit the Involvement Center website under my.unlv.edu. Be a rebel. Get involved.
I'm Chelsea. I'm Toby.
It's your boy Miles Lowe.
Crystal McGuerza.
King Louie here.
This is Don Conquer.
3 P's in a pod.
The Miles Lowe Midweek Show. The King Louie Show.
The Revolution.
Combox Radio with Crystal May.
KUMV.
The Rebel HD2.
Come listen to us at therebelhd2.com.
It's indie rock, pop rock, and underground hip hop, R&B mix, electronic and dance music.
Click on the listen link and there we are.
If you're a social media user, you may know today is Throwback Thursday. Studio G reporter Zach Fuentes brings us a story about a woman who got a unique throwback of her own earlier this week.
What can I do? I hear your name and I'm afraid.
To younger generations, the music this band is playing may seem like it comes from a fictional world, but for Doris Groper, it was a reality.
It was fun. I mean, it was really just something you did.
The band playing at Las Ventanas retirement home was there in Doris' honor. You wouldn't know it by looking at her, but Doris is 90 years old and has Alzheimer's. The intimate show put on by the Chandler Judkins Band was organized by the Alzheimer's Foundation and the Second Wind Dreams Foundation.
Doris was somebody we happened to be talking with about favorite memories, and so this came about. We contacted the Chandler Judkins of the Griffin High Orchestra to be a part of this dream, so it all just came together beautifully.
Chandler Judkins and his band were more than happy to accept the invitation.
Her dream was to kind of relive her youth through a swing band and kind of the jitterbug days and things like that, so they got in contact with us and we were more than happy to do it.
It was that music that played a huge role in Doris' youth. It's what brought her and her husband together. Well, almost.
Mom was a very, highly sought after high school gal, and she wouldn't date my dad unless he learned how to dance. So he had to, and that was the story. They were married for 67 years. Wow. So fortunately, he did learn how to dance very well.
Amy says it's events like this that Second Wind Dreams hopes will shed a more positive light on aging.
It's actually a time to celebrate. We need to remember our elders. You're never too old to dream, never too far gone to dream.
This is Zach Fuentes for Studio G.
If you're wondering what the secret is to Doris's youthful appearance at 90 years old, she gives the credit to lots of bread and chocolate.
There is a new to have fun way to lose weight and gain some island flavor in your step. Reporter Alvin Loy has the answer.
One choice that students have at UNLV is Hot Hula Fitness.
Hot Hula Fitness is a Polynesian dance cardio-based class. We focus on Polynesian dancing, which is mainly on hula and Tahitian dancing.
UNLV students have responded positively to the class.
I've seen a few of the students come back to me saying they lost 5 pounds. They lost, 4 pounds, and it was just a week. So it's very enriching for me as a fitness instructor to help them reach their goals.
I'm from Hawaii, so I used to dance Tahitian and hula growing up. And when I came out here to Vegas, I wanted to get back into dancing, but I also wanted to be fit as well and get a good workout, so hot hula actually was a perfect fit for me.
Lily got inspired with the help of Lilo and Stitch.
At the movie theaters, and so, we're little girls excited to hula dance, so they brought us out there, and ever since then we were just in love with Polynesian dancing, and that's how we got involved, was thankfully to Lilo and Stitch.
The class is open for both male and female to get involved.
The women will have a certain move, the males will have a separate move.
Lily has inspired the students that she teaches.
She's always upbeat and happy, and she's always like, if you're not doing something, she'll be like, yo, come on, do it.
So as a beginner, I would just say, have fun, keep an open mind, don't give up. The moves will come naturally the more you come to class.
For Studio G, this is Alvin Loy.
Thanks, Alvin. That looks like a lot of fun. Well, that does it for this Thursday show of Studio G. I'm Shelly Salbito.
And I'm Nicole Reynolds.
Tune in tomorrow for this semester's first week in review with Studio G magazine.
Have a great day, Las Vegas.